Table talk, round table talk. I know I'm late on my post-fight reaction with the Wilder Ortiz fight, but man, I'm still soaking it all in. Still excited from the the performance that Deontay put on, and also Ortiz. Man, I'm still in awe of the constant development of Wilder as a true powerhouse in the sport of boxing. Man, he's actually like barely getting some of the proper praise that he deserves and been deserving to be called the face of boxing, man. That was a hell of an event, man. And I can't even call anything that he has anything to do with a fight anymore. It's an event. It's a spectacle. You know, it's a showy display because that's what he puts on. A showy display or a performance. That's what he puts on, and that's what he did in his fight, his second fight with Ortiz on Saturday night. Man, I was there. Those who or follow my page, y'all seen that I was there. Those of you who follow barbershop conversations, y'all seen that we was there in the house, man. It was a hell of an event, man. It was an electrifying atmosphere, man. And damn, Deontay did his thing. Thank you, Wilder. Thank you for providing me with that ultimate experience, man. Because I've been to Vegas hundreds of times, literally, and this was by far my favorite trip to Vegas, man. And I got hit for some money out there, but damn, I had fun going to all the events, man. The weigh in, the press conferences and all that, man. It was good to see that, man. Good to feel that energy. Like Deontay is definitely a powerhouse name, man. He's definitely that guy now. He's definitely proved himself. He's waited his and he's been over patient to get his proper due, but he continued to be Deontay Wilder. He continued to persevere through the struggle of being recognized as uh, a big name, and it's his time now. And even with the with the move that Mayweather tried to do was stealing his shine by uh, by announcing that he's coming out of retirement. Mayweather knew that he shouldn't have did that. Let that man get his shine, man. Let him do his thing. He deserved that glory and that praise that he worked for. You know, Mayweather shouldn't have done that, but we ain't gonna let no one monkey stop the show. And I love Mayweather, but that was wrong. Mayweather shouldn't have done that or said some of the things that he had been saying, you know, during the build up of the fight. You know, support that man, Mayweather. Your your uh your signature to what he's doing puts so much more, you know, light on the situation. You know, somebody handed you over that spot. You know, De La Hoya gave you that opportunity to be the pay per view king. You know, allow Deontay to get his praise. You know, and co-sign that, man, because people still look up to you and people still love you, man. Like, there's no reason why he should have done that, but I'm not gonna spend too much time on that because, again, like I said, that night was all about Deontay. This week is all about Deontay, and he's deservingly so. He earned every bit of it, man. It was a hell of an event, man. But I'm gonna give y'all my personal uh observation and my personal analysis of the fight. I had Ortiz up at the time of the knockout. Ortiz was up 5 rounds to 1. Ortiz won the first round, the second round. Wilder won the third. Ortiz won the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth. Seventh round, it was over with. We all know that. And I, if you gave Deontay 4-2, that was being generous because the second round could have went either way a little bit. Could have went either way. I gave it to Ortiz simply because he was pushing the fight. He was throwing more punches. He was pushing his pen, and he was controlling the ring generalship. I seen clearly that he was the ring general on the duration of the fight. The third round, I gave it to. I didn't give it to Wilder. He earned that round, in my opinion. But at no point of the fight, I was I was concerned about the outcome or whether or not he was going to win the fight. I had to calm some of the audience down that was around me because they was like, "Oh, he's gonna lose." Everybody saying Ortiz, Ortiz, and everybody like, "See what he's doing, see what he's doing, see what he's doing. Look, Wilder's gonna lose." I'm like, "Look here, y'all calm down. This man is knocking him out." I seen what Deontay had up his sleeve. I seen that he was just getting him comfortable with the fact that the right hand was absent. See, Wilder, he took his time to be patient to not overexpose his game plan. Had Deontay had been throwing that right hand and missing, or just missing, or being short, it would have gave Ortiz the intel that he needed to know where not to be at. And I love how Deontay used that left hook to get his mind on the left hook all night. So he lulled him to sleep. He forgot about his right hand. And the great setup that he forced with the left hook is that he was bringing him back over to his right hand with the left hook. The times in which he made contact with that left hand, even punches that hit his glove, he knew those shots were affecting Ortiz. And Ortiz knew that, damn, this boy can punch with his left hand too. So he started becoming worried of being on that left side. And if you notice how Wilder set him up, he allowed him to walk over to that side because Ortiz was coming out the corner and he was moving right into Deontay's right hand. And right when Deontay measured him up, boom, baby, that was it. One shot. Bomb squad, baby. Bomb squad. And Deontay said it. And he said, y'all don't like to give me credit for my ring intellect. That boy is very intelligent in that ring. And to the naked eye, or to those people who don't know what they're talking about, those people who have secret agendas against that Wilder brand, that don't want to, push Bomb Squad and don't want to push his kingship in his boxing game, they're gonna lead a whole a biased narrative and things that aren't true. They're gonna try to tear him down and not try to give him credit. But any man that has the fortitude to allow a man to win basically the entire fight for 6.5 rounds and know with confidence and surety that I'm going to land one punch and that's going to be it. And that's what happened. Wilder landed one punch. The summation of his total offensive game in one night was one punch. It's not like he wore him down. It's not like he caught him with a big hand before that had him hurt from previous rounds. It was one significant punch that he landed the whole round. The whole fight, rather. One punch. His right hand is now more scarier than it ever has been before. If y'all thought Deontay Wilder had a hell of a punch before, what he has now is seasoned. His right hand has fully maturated. It has fully been refined. His right hand is gold. It's been through the fire already. It's proven. Deontay Wilder, I seen this. I'm happy for him, and I'm happy that it's finally being seen by the world, because I said it back in 2006, man, when he was fighting. When I was fighting amateurs, I said this man is going to be a champion one day. If anybody that knows me, they know that I've been a Deontay Wilder fan for years, since I first heard of the guy's name. And me and my cousin used to have arguments about this all the time because he used to like Joshua. He liked the Joshua because of his physique. My cousin is a big bodybuilder loving type of guy. If a guy got a good body, he equate that to strength. He equate that to punching power, which sometimes is true. Joshua does have a nice physique. But I said it's something special about him. It's something special about Deontay Wilder. And it wasn't just because he had punching power. That too was the reason. But when I heard that man open his mouth and I heard his conviction to what he had in store and his goal, I said, this man is something different about him. He believed in himself like nobody else. And he's only built upon that over the last 14 years, 15 years. He's built upon that. Something special. Something special. He's built upon that, continue to build upon it, continue to build upon it. And now the 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 guy I see in Deontay Wilder, it's a scary figure. He's really a king wearing a crown now. And he believes in himself tremendously. 150%. There is no lack in his ability and his belief in his ability. There is no lack. This man gave away 6.5 rounds, arguably because some people had it the fight a total wash. 6-0 Ortiz. This man had the fortitude, the patience, the confidence, and the ability to know that I'm going to let this man build a landslide of a seemingly noticeable victory, a seemingly noticeable landslide, and I'm going to erase everything with one punch. That's amazing. And if you notice, man, this guy continues to get better and better every fight. This man threw one punch. If all I had to do was worry about one punch in a fight against any opponent, I could beat anybody right now. I can get out of my seat right now, go to a promoter and tell him, put me on a fight card, and you can put me against any champion. If all I had to do was worry about one punch, and I'm in no kind of shape, but I know I have the ability to be able to avoid one punch. This man had one punch. That was the summation of his entire night. His entire offensive game was one punch. That's scary, man. I don't care what nobody say. That is scary. One punch? One punch, 1 second. He said, I only got to be perfect for 1 second. You got to be perfect for 12 rounds. In that 1 second, I'm going to deliver one punch, and that's it for the entire fight. That's scary because he only threw one real punch the whole night. Fathom that and understand that. Get that through y'all brains, those who don't understand. There is nobody in the world that can beat Deontay Wilder. He is the baddest man on the planet. Not the baddest boxer. Not the baddest fighter. This man is the baddest man on the planet, hands down. I don't care if you're a UFC fighter, you do jiu-jitsu. This man is the baddest man on the planet Earth as we know it. Upon human existence, he is the baddest man on the planet. Point blank, hands down. And I'm going to tell you another thing I was highly impressed with. He has fully maturated into a pay-per-view fighter, a Vegas fighter. My boy Fred from Barbershop Conversation, he made a great point. He said, Deontay Wilder has dates in stone. He said, do you know why he has dates in stone? And I answered a couple of times and I said, you know what? What is it? He said he's selling. He is selling. That's the only way that they're going to mark you in stone. No other PBC fighter has that privilege to be able to have their date marked in stone. I believe Earl Spencer, he had the Porter date months in advance. But this man has dates set in stone because he is selling. It had to be after the fight, maybe 100 people in the line buying merchandise. He's selling on a major level. Deontay Wilder is that man, and we need to support him because this man will stand around and take pictures even when his security, the limited amount of people that he has with him, which really aren't security guards, they just his family and close friends, will insist of him, nah, come on, let's go. He will stop, take pictures, he will talk to you, he will laugh with you, he will be in support of you. He's a regular person, and he's so humble, man. He's so humble. We have to support him because he loves us just as much as we love him. And that is rarely seen in the world of sports and entertainment and in the world, period. Like, this man is truly the mark of humility. You know, he genuinely loves other human beings, man. Like, anybody cannot support that. Forget about boxing. Anybody that cannot support a man who genuinely cares about another human being, I question that person's existence as a soul. Not as a physical being, but as a soul. I gotta personally question your existence because you ain't right somewhere within yourself, your very essence of existence. There's something not wrong with you. So forget about boxing. This man is a millionaire over and over, but he supports and he cares about other human beings. On fact, on top of the fact that we as Americans look up to our athletes, this man deserves all that he has in store for him, all that he has uh, accomplished, all that he has worked for. He's deserved it, and he deserves more. So we have to support this man in his endeavors because uh, he's the Ali of our generation. And actually, Ali's ex-wife, she was there. I got a chance to speak to her, as well as Blue Blood, as well as Fred. We got a chance to speak with her. Y'all go to their channels and check it out if y'all haven't checked it out. But it's amazing, and there's more to come. She has a book that's gonna be coming out, and also uh, it's some other things that's in store. But just y'all stay tuned, and especially check out my guy Fred Barbershop Conversation. He's got some things in mind that he wanna get the ball rolling on. But y'all stay tuned. Keep on the lookout for that. But Miss Ali, she even said it. She said uh, Deontay Wilder, he's the closest thing to Ali, and he is the Ali of this generation. There has been no other fighter that has come since then with the same type of appeal, with the same type of human appeal, uh, star appeal that he has. It's a different type of shine that that illuminates in the room when he's around, or in the arena. And you can just be in expectation of something special when he's fighting. Like, that right hand hits so fast and so hard. The arena literally went from Ortiz to boom, baby. That's it. One punch. That's how I said. Boom, baby. That's it. Man, it was amazing. That was an amazing event. It was wonderful. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I thoroughly enjoyed what Deontay did and the way he's cementing his legacy right now. I can't wait to to go to the February event, man. That's gonna be a hell of a thing. The fact that he's gonna he said he's gonna make all his controversial, fights, he's about to put an end to him. And we already seen in rematches he's undefeated with knockouts. So if he rematch somebody that's high, we already know he got a 97, I believe it's 97% knockout ratio now. He's knocking guys out. There is no man that's been before him that hasn't touched the canvas. This is crazy insane. Unmatched power, an unmatched skill set, unlike anything ever seen in the world before. So let's appreciate him. And like he said, give me my flowers now. It's nothing wrong with giving that man his roses now. Let's nothing wrong with saying, good job, brother. Thank you. I appreciate the entertainment value that you bring to my life, that you bring to the world of entertainment, that you bring to the world of sports. People don't see the behind the scenes things that he does to prepare to put his life on the line for our 15, 20 minutes of entertainment. And that's pretty much at his disposal, rightfully so. If he want the fight to go 1 minute, he has to, like he said, I have something different that these guys don't have. And he does. Like, I always say, I love skilled fighters. And my buddy Vince, the body snatcher, he will tell y'all, I love skilled athletes. I love skilled fighters. When I train fighters and when I train for myself, I'm always infusing skill in my game plan or in another fighter. But one attribute that I'm taking hands down above anything else is power. If I could be born with that God given narcotic power, I would have been born with that God given. If I had the ability to be born with that, give me that, God. Or if I had a fighter who had that type of power, I'm taking that. Give me that. I can teach you those other things, but I cannot teach you what Deontay Wilder has. That's uncoachable. And even when a guy does have power like that, to be able to land that punch every fight, that takes a special type of skill. Man, people gotta understand this is something special. Like we haven't seen nothing like this. Like, so y'all appreciate what y'all seeing. Don't wait till 20 years later till we haven't seen nothing like it again to understand that this is greatness right before our eyes. This happens only once every 100 years, 50 years if you're lucky. But to see it once in a lifetime, consider yourself blessed. You get what I'm saying? So let's give him his roses. Shout out to Deontay Wilder. Shout out to his whole team. Shout out to Luis Ortiz, because that brother did he was pitching the shutouts in most people's scorerbooks. Like I said, I had a 5-1. He's the second baddest man on the planet. No other heavyweight is going to deal with him. So shout out to Luis Ortiz. They both have love for each other. After the weigh-in, they asked Ortiz, how do you feel about Wilder? He said, I love that man. Like, I love him. I love him. Like, he said it, like, speaking English, like, and you can see, like, when they smiled and hugged each other, it's all love there, man. But Deontay Wilder, he doesn't allow the love for a person to overshadow his state, his mind state, and the business at hand. The business at hand for him and his mind state is to, I was going to say kill you in that ring, but to knock you out. And I personally thought that it wouldn't have been a surprise if he had went the full 12 rounds with him, because it seemed like they had developed a real love for each other during the build-up of the fight, and being that their daughters have the same, they both have, medical conditions, and you can see that they genuinely love each other, nothing but love and respect for one another. But I had to be reminded that Deontay doesn't let that step in the way, man. He doesn't let that step in the way. Even with Malik Scott, he told him, he said, I can't talk to you for 2 months. And I heard from, and him and Malik Scott is real close. And he told Malik Scott that before the fight. He said, I can't talk to you for 2 months. And he knocked him out. And right after that, they were in the same hotel room. Like, they kicked it with each other after that. Like, it was nothing personal. It was business. But Deontay Wilder remembers what it feels like to be poor. He remember having a daughter that had a medical condition, and he needed money to support her her medical expenses. So he remembered what that felt like, to be in a place of not knowing what to do, stressing out, trying to make it, to provide for his family. He'll never let anything stand in the way of that. And for that, I can always respect a man that takes his line of business and the seriousness and devotion he has to his family. I can never undervalue, I can never undermine a man that shows such respect for his goal to provide for his family. This man he's a man's man. And if anybody can't respect that, again, like I said, I had to question your existence of a soul, your soul in existence. I had to question that. Like, that's crazy. So shout out to Bronze Bomber. Shout out to you, Wilder, man. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Continue to do what you're doing. Continue to be you. Your day is coming because it's much more glory that follows, man, because they still haven't all respected you as they should have, and they still placing other people above you in this boxing game, brother. Shout out to all the brothers out of the LDBC that I had time with. Shout out to my guy Fred, I love you, man. Shout out to Blue Blood, I love you, dog. I appreciate the time we shared. Champ Side, man, thank you for the interview, man. We had a hell of a time. Lauren Bibble, shout out to you. Shout out to Mark Breland, man. I talked to that brother a couple of times, man. He's a real cool, down-to-earth brother. Man, real humble. I'm glad to see him making some money. I'm glad to see him still being able to share his passion with the world, man, because he was one of the greatest that ever did it as well, man. His amateur record was 110-1, y'all. That's special more. But shout out to those who I didn't even get a chance to mention, man. Y'all know who y'all are. We all showed love. It was nothing but a hell of an event out there in Vegas, man. Shout out to Sam Watson as well, man. It's another good brother, man. Always like seeing him, man. Always nothing but love with him as well, man. Shout out to everybody that was there, man. Y'all go hit that subscribe button if y'all haven't done so. Hit that like button, share this video, man, and stay tuned. Stay tuned for more, man. Round Table Talk. Bomb Squad!